So you know that saying, upgrades are never done. You're always going to be upgrading stuff. That's kind of how I feel right now. For those that have followed the channel, and also new people, a little recap. So a few months ago, I posted a video, actually it's more than a few months ago now, where I basically called it Home Theater Revamp. I think it was like 2 videos. And essentially the goal of that was to get my 77-inch LG C1 OLED off of the entertainment stand, bringing the center channel out of the shelf that's just beneath the TV because the sound was awful, it was too low. Not the sound, but like the actual center channel position was too low, bringing it above on top of the entertainment stand, which would also allow me to swap it out easily for product reviews, because as you can imagine, as a product reviewer on YouTube, if I can't swap out a center channel, I actually had to like refuse a few different products because of that. That was kind of the main goal, was to bring the center channel out while also allowing myself flexibility to actually get in product for reviews. Now I did some other things as well after that, like I replaced the PC case for something that was more home theater friendly, I guess you could say. And then I started thinking, as I was talking to Colin over at Aperion Audio. Now I do want to say that this video is not sponsored in any way by them. They did send me this shirt. They sent me quite a few products that you'll see in this video, but it's not sponsored by them. They don't know I'm actually making this video. But anyway, I got to talking to him, and I realized as we were talking, and he was kind of giving me some physical dimensions of their Energy 7 amplifier, which is like a 7-channel amp, that it wouldn't fit anywhere on my entertainment stand, not even on top, like it would hang over. Wasn't really ideal. And then we also started talking about their Theatrus line of speakers, and their Theatrus line are pretty bulky. They don't have a dedicated center channel, so you have to run them as LCR, left, center, right. So they all have to be pretty much the same speaker. Obviously, with the old entertainment stand, I couldn't fit the center channel or Theatrus speaker there, even their smallest one, because I had about a 9-inch gap between the top of the entertainment stand and the bottom of the display. And I didn't want to raise the display any higher. It was already kind of at the max where it could be comfortably. And so I was like, you know what could I do cheaply that would allow me to facilitate a bigger center channel when I need to, maybe get a height adjustable stand, while also not going like with a rack system in the back of the room, because that would just require a whole lot more cash, and I was doing this out of my own pocket. I like seeing the components up front. I know that's a personal preference. Some people don't, and that's fine. But this is my theater, so I wanted to see the components up front. So I happened upon, as I was doing some kind of thinking and just kind of going through the motions in my head, I kind of stumbled upon some AV media stands. Now, basically my idea was I want 2 stands on each side of the floor stand. So the floor stand has a big metal base, and I wanted 2 kind of smaller media racks on each side that could house the components. And so I found these media stands by, I'm gonna butcher the name, Bessiost, on Amazon, and they're about 90 bucks each. They have basically 3 shelves, we'll say 3, technically 4, that are just high enough where I wouldn't have to raise the TV any higher and still give me about an inch, maybe 2-inch gap. So the top shelf is really not usable, but I just needed 3 on each side. That's a total of 6. And what I like about them is they're open air. And then I also was looking at some, again, I'm gonna maybe butcher the name, some adjustable speaker stands that would hold the weight of maybe a 30-40 pound speaker. And I found these on Amazon called Vandenote. They have a safety pin in them and everything, so they're fairly inexpensive, around 50 bucks for the pair. And I was like, you know what, this is perfect. I think I'm gonna go for these. And so I did. I pulled the trigger, as you can probably see from the time-lapse footage I've been playing. It was my first time hooking up an amp or anything. Now, Aperion was super awesome. They sent me out the amp. They sent me out actually 2 different sets of their interconnects, their RCA interconnects, because initially I was like, well, give me the 9-foot ones. And I didn't, those were way too long. So I was like, can you send me the shorter ones? So they sent me 7 of those. Hooking that up and kind of making everything clean, making everything look clean was really, really fun. I actually loved the stands as I was putting them together. Like, they're not the most sturdy stands, obviously. I wouldn't want to put like an amp or receiver on the top shelf, but on the bottom shelf and the shelf above it, perfectly capable of handling the weight of the amp on the bottom and the receiver on top. I also put my PC on the opposite side. The whole goal here was to have this kind of like open space. This would also allow me to push them a little further towards the wall. And you may be thinking, Brad, why didn't you just wall mount the TV on the wall? Well, behind the wall is a window, and I'm not framing in the window. That would have just added more to the cost, and I didn't want to do that. So here we are, basically part 3, I guess, home theater revamp. And I'm really, really happy with how things turned out. Not everything was perfect. I did buy some Govvee LED strips, and I ended up ripping one about halfway through. So I will need to replace that eventually, but I haven't bothered, honestly. I really, really love how this whole thing turned out. I mean, I think it's a lot better than it was before, in my personal opinion. It allowed me, again, to push them a little forward towards the wall, so that opened up even more space between the seats and the front. And it just kind of makes the room feel a bit bigger. The room is like 11.5 by 12.5, so it's a small kind of square-ish room. Anytime you could add more space to your room, be it wall mounting your speakers or whatever, or getting things off of stands, the better. The B-roll you'll see here is basically what it is now, November 15th. I filmed this whole thing back in September because I'm kind of backlogged. So you're gonna see all the Theatra speakers. I have the T65s up front from Aperion Audio. I have the T65 Slims for the side and back surrounds, the Clear 6Cs for the height channels. You're looking at Aperion Audio, their 7-channel amp, their front, left, and right speaker stands. Those are really awesome, a bit pricey, but they're really, really, really slick looking. Basically, all SVS subs. I got PB4000s in the front and 3000s in the rear, total of 4. And I really like how everything has come together. It's opened up the possibility for me to review bigger center channels. I basically only have a width limitation now of about, probably about 24 to 30 inches. But I did want to make this video to kind of update you guys. I've been trying to make adjustments to the theater to facilitate easier time shooting videos in there. Tutorials mainly, because you guys have been asking for it. I've promised them, they are coming. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but I'm finally at a point where I have the software to record the tutorials and I have the space to do it. And so now it's just going in there, grinding my teeth and getting it done. So I will have a bunch of tutorials coming up. I have a bunch of unboxings. I have the Aperion Audio, I don't unbox a shirt in a video, but I have the Aperion Audio Energy 7 amp, so their 7-channel amp. I have that unboxing and setup. You kind of saw a little bit of that in this video. I also have their speaker stand unboxing and review, just kind of talking about them because I think that speaker stands aren't really talked about enough. And then, yeah, I have the T65 unboxing and overview, kind of initial impressions, the TC65 unboxing and impressions, and then the T65 Slim unboxing and impressions and installation. I think on the TC65, I really go over how to use their included low profile wall mounts, which Aperion Audio, I mean, thank you so much guys for sending all of that stuff out. I'm really excited to dive in. I mean, I love the system as it is currently, and I don't know that I will be changing it. This might be my new reference system because everything, it's just so on point. It's awesome. Now, obviously I said this video is not sponsored by Aperion or anything, but I do want to let you know that I do have a discount code for anything you buy on AperionAudio.com, save for like open box stuff. If you use the code HTG10 at checkout, you get 10% off your entire order. And I don't know if there's a limit because I've kind of tested it out, and yeah, you can get like $1,000 off 10 grand worth of stuff. I mean, if you're gonna spend 10 grand, you know, might as well save a 1,000. But anyway, this video is probably already long enough and you guys are like, where are the tutorials, blah, blah, blah. But they are coming, guys. I thank you so much for your patience on that. And you know, life gets in the way sometimes, but you know, we're here now, we're enjoying everything. The channel's coming back to life slowly but surely. And I'm really, really happy about that. And I love hanging out with you guys and answering your comments when I can. I do want to thank you again for your patience and hanging out with me and sticking with me here. Let me know in the comments how you think it turned out, how you think the room it looks now versus how it looked like when I built it 2.5 years ago. A lot has changed. Thank you again for watching. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Give it a dislike if you didn't. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Why not? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.